Morning, Kevin. Hey, I like your
Morning.
t-shirt.
Yeah, well, it's Avian. We're doing Avian maintenance
That's
today.
right. This is our Atwood Dometic
6 gallon.
6-gallon aluminum.
Electric and gas.
We have the electric and gas features, and this is an aluminum tank. The Atwood Dometics are aluminum, right? Okay.
So as full timers, right now I have my hose set up for the vinegar.
We're going to go through that in a
In a
minute.
minute. But normally would flush out our tank every 3 months. Again, you get your handy dandy wand.
That's a Camco. Any RV
Very
supplier.
simple with a shut off.
Yep.
And here's your Dometic plug.
Okay.
It's 15/16. It goes right in here.
Yep. So
So
normally
just-
that hose is out, and that is
Yep.
where that cap goes in.
So I should make sure my hot water heater's off. The tank is cool, the water's cool. Or if it was hot, you could run your hot water on your faucets to cool it down so it comes out cool. You're
Got it.
down there. Then what you would do, come out here and you take the pressure off your hot water heater. The pressure relief valve.
Yep. Got it. Okay.
And
So we open that. Yeah, you've got all the vinegar solution in there right now.
yeah.
Which we're going to talk about that whole process.
Oh, you're taking off the pressure so this doesn't blow in your face.
Right.
You've got the pressure on. Then do that. Then go back down in a little bit. Get your 15/16 socket in here. Remove that.
Remove that plug.
Place that on the side. You'll have a 1-inch plumber's brush to go in there and clean out all the Teflon tape and dirt or whatever's in there.
Okay.
Get those threads nice and clean. You want to keep those clean. Then we'll have the water hooked on.
From your city water.
From your city water.
We do
going
this
through-
when we're at like a full hookup
Okay.
site, so it makes
So
it real
4 times a
easy.
year, take the plug out so the water comes out slowly. Then you step back. Then you open this up so it flush it out quickly.
Got it.
When that's going on, that stays open. Take your wand, put your wand in there. Again, remember which way it's facing, so you make sure you do a nice clean around. Get that all up, plenty of water. So once I'm satisfied with all the stuff's pretty much out, I'm done with that.
And you said as full-timers, we do that like once a quarter.
Once a quarter, every 3 months. 90 days.
And part-time use,
At least every year, once a year.
or twice a year.
Twice a
Yeah.
year. It all depends on how much you're using it. If
Yeah.
you're really using it. So
Okay.
then I get my good commercial tape, Teflon tape material. My threads are clean, clockwise. Hand tighten it back in.
Put that plug back in.
Back
Just
in,
hand tighten.
Then my 15/16. You're just going to snug it. You don't want to over force it in.
No, because it's plastic.
It's a nylon, but you
Nylon.
just don't want to over force it in there. So that's done. Then you push down your valve again. Again, make sure you push in on that little knob right there.
Ah,
And then
okay.
you're going to check. And you're going to turn on your water again to your system. Fill it up until the water comes back out of here. Then you can shut that off. Then go inside. Run your water through your hot valves. Make sure the water gets all the air out and stuff. Then you come back here because you're going to have this all wiped down. You're looking for drips like this here. That's just normal until it stops right here, little drips. Then if you still do that and it still drips, you can reopen it up again. Like that. Snap it down and push it back in because there may be a little debris or something stuck in the little
Got it.
valve channel.
Okay.
And then you wipe it down nice and clean. And okay, it's no more drips, no more dripping here. That section's done. Now this is the big, and that only takes about 15 minutes. You're done with that, flushing it out. Now we do the vinegar treatment.
And vinegar because...
Vinegar, it breaks down all the calcium inside your tank. Because
Okay.
once you heat up water, and calcium starts coming out.
Sure.
And it will go around your heating element and destroy your heater element, the electric on it. Again, it's aluminum tank. We want to leave that in there for about 12 hours, 8 hours minimal. Some people just don't turn it on. I do turn my hot water heater on until it comes up to temperature on gas or electric, depends on what I'm doing that day. And then I just shut it off, let it sit for that 12 overnight. Basically, I do it before bed. So
He's just got that hung up on
I
her.
just gotta, it's easy.
Yeah,
Because
short section of hose.
then went to Home Depot, the big box stores. Got the pipe thread 1/2 inch because it's Dometic to 3/4 garden hose fitting. And I have this extra little short hose, which you're gonna need.
Yep.
It can be anything, as long as it's water safe hose. And on the other end, I have a garden hose fitting here with a shut off, because I want to take this, fill it up with my vinegar, have a little funnel in there.
Funnel,
and just bring it up a little bit, slowly fill
And
it
the
back up.
vinegar you use is a 30% solution vinegar
at the big box store.
at the big box hardware stores.
Or you could go in any store and buy the 4 to 5% and fill up your 6 gallons that way. For me, it's just that 1 gallon easier.
Yeah, so 1 gallon of the 30%. You got yours
and
at.
add 5 gallons of water, so it breaks it down to about 5% thereabouts. So fill it up all the way in.
And then,
this is open during this process.
okay.
So they let the air out.
Yep.
Once I got that, start all my gallon in. I shut this off.
Nope.
Or go upwards. So you shut that off. And then you can just hang it here or put it somewhere. I just took my...
Yeah, I mean, it is shut off, so.
Yeah, so it just hung up there.
Mm-hmm.
And this would be open. Then I turn on my water from here, from this hose, because I have my bypass shut off with a hot water heater on the inside.
Okay.
Bypass for the
You
water.
did that first?
First.
Okay, shut the bypass off.
So you're doing
first.
like a winterization
Yeah, basically, right.
for the antifreeze.
Instead of adding the winter RV antifreeze, you're adding the 30%
Just
vinegar
into my tank.
just into the tank.
So it separates
Right.
the water system. So
Right.
take my hose, back up to city water, hook this on. I control it here, fill up my tank so the water's coming out. Comes out, I stop, push that in, shut that off, hang this up.
You're just going through the steps again.
Yeah, just
Okay.
hang it up there.
Yep.
Again, I'm just checking so any leaks. No leaks, good. For me, I turn the hot water heater on until it comes up to temperature, just to make it activate it a little bit better. You don't have to, you can leave it overnight. I do 12 hours.
Okay.
Boom, that's done.
Minimum of 8 hours,
Minimum
preferably 12.
12.
And meanwhile, that vinegar is eating away the
All the
calcium
calcium.
that's built up on the wall of the inside.
Wall, on the heater element, up in here. So we're done now. We got the 12 hours done. I did my heating system. You can have a 5-gallon pail if you want to, if you're at the house, or you can do it down here like this. Then it makes it nice out of the way, so you're
Right.
not getting all wet there.
Right. So now what you're doing is you're draining all that
Vinegar and water.
vinegar
out.
water
And now I'm
out.
going to open up the valve so you can see the pressure.
Okay. And the 30% vinegar is 30, whatever. It doesn't matter what brand or anything like that. It just,
It's a commercial at Home Depot or Lowe's or a big
Yeah.
store. 30%.
yeah.
Then you add it
And
down.
this short hose, they're not that easy to find. You found this at a larger Ace Hardware. We're in Iowa right now, and very limited RV supply places. There's one. They did not have anything. The Ace here is quite small. They didn't have it either. So when you see like a 3-foot hose at an RV or at an Ace, garden hose, water safe,
This is like a 4-foot hose. Or
pick it
something.
up because they're not always
Okay.
that easy to find.
Water safe.
And it's much easier than making your
The
own.
water's still lukewarm. Got shut off at 9 o'clock last night, and it's about 9 o'clock, so 12 hours, a little bit over 12 hours. It's still warm. And you're going to have to get used to that smell.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why you flush
Okay.
through your
So
system.
we're just going to speed it up.
Yep.
Say we're all drained out. All cleared out.
The magic of video.
If I-
Just pretend that
Yep.
we've just drained it all
Raw.
out.
And then take my 15/16 wrench, come in there, take it off, you know,
Mm-hmm.
take it all off
Take
again.
that hose off. Put the plug back
and then,
in.
Then I'm gonna
Nope.
not yet,
Oh,
because
no.
Now I gotta make sure I get
Right.
everything.
Right.
So I got this up. Again, this will all be like with bleach water or a nice sanitary wipe because you're putting into your drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice and sprayed with bleach water. Stick that in there again. Clean it all out.
Yep. Make
Just
sure you're
looking for
rotating
debris,
it all around.
Looking for debris till it all clears out. So spend a few minutes in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's only once a year, so you get that nice and clean.
And it will come out kind of milky.
Sometimes,
Ish,
if it did a real
sometimes.
good job, if you maintain it, you're not going to see a lot of
Okay,
material.
got it.
But when you do the normal flush, you'll see some material. You try to get the sand out, but we have nice filters. So we have make sure you use good quality filters to keep that material out of there.
Right.
If you don't, you'll get sand and all stuff, and then it gets in your lines. Okay, we got that done. Then my good quality commercial plumbing tape
Mm-hmm.
for water and gas. It's a combo. Tape it up clockwise. Hand thread it back in. Again, 15/16. Just really hand tight it. You don't really want to crank it down. You can
Right.
come
Now,
back.
see,
and-
I wouldn't even think of that. You put the tape on clockwise.
Yeah.
Because righty tighty, lefty loosey. So you're going to be going
basically,
against.
it's clockwise,
Okay.
then it goes in.
Most
then
people
it's
know
fine.
that. I wouldn't know that.
So it's anyways. You're in there. You're done with that. Because now you go in, turn your bypass back onto normal operation,
Okay.
and fill up. Turn on your city water, fill up your tanks until it comes out of top of here again.
Mm-hmm.
So the water's coming out. Okay. Boom. Then make sure you push that in, and just check for leaks right there. Then go in and run your faucet to get out because it
All
will
that.
have a flavor of fruit.
Oh, yeah. I definitely
So-
noticed it this morning.
So just run it. So make sure your sewer hook up so you're not filling up your black and gray tanks.
Right.
So do that, and you're done with that process. For
Okay.
once a year, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
again, we
Unless
flush it out.
if you know you are in an area where there is, for any length of time, if you're like a seasonal site somewhere, and you know that there tends to be a higher calcium buildup, then you might need to do it twice a year.
But that's for full timing. Most of everybody's just going to be doing it once a year.
Okay.
And because you use the good products for your filters, the 20 down to a 10. You're filtrating all that material out of there, and then of course you have a screen on there, screening the bigger chunks out. Again, doing your lines, you're doing all that, and you're done.
Right. And we will go into how we use a water meter to help gauge how much water usage we've had, because as you know, the tank monitors, especially in a 38-year-old RV, they're not reliable enough. So, okay. All right, Kev.
That's how we do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe.